What's going on with you guys, man? Back with another video. Make sure y'all hit that like button for the algorithm and subscribe for more content. And, hit that notification bell so you know when I post. So I want to get into how isolation is a blessing in disguise. And a lot of people tend to be afraid of isolation, scared to be alone by themselves. A lot of people just don't like the idea of having to go through life alone at times, going through a season of solitude, a season of isolation. And I believe that the Lord puts us in a season of isolation in order for us to connect to Him, to draw closer to Him. That's really the entire point, is to draw closer to the Father when you're in isolation season. It's also a time for you to build yourself up, to learn things about yourself that you didn't know before. Because when you're hanging out with people all the time, friends, people of the world, they took you away from yourself. They robbed you of you finding you and discovering who you're supposed to be. Because while you were hanging out with these folks the entire time, you were pretending to be someone that you weren't. You were manufacturing a character, manufacturing your personality to be just like theirs, just so they can like you. You did things to impress them, to get them to like you, to get them to think that you're cool. You compromised who you were just to fit in, and honestly, that's being fake. That's what I was doing at one point in my life, where I was compromising myself and doing things that was different just to fit in. For instance, I smoked cigarettes. There was a time where I was smoking, and I was pretty addicted for about 2 years. The reason why I wanted to smoke was because other people were smoking. And I figured, you know what? The best way for me to upgrade my social skills, or upgrade, maybe get new friends or something, just to come across like I'm more relatable, how about I just start smoking? You know what I'm saying? How about I just light one up for the first time and, be more relatable? You know what I'm saying? Fit in. That's what I was willing to do, to fit in with people that really didn't even like me at all. Unless I had cigarettes, unless I had a cigarette to give to them, or a light, right, to give to them, to light off their cigarettes, you know? And cigarettes, man, very unhealthy, very bad for your lungs, for your teeth, just bad for your lungs, man, overall. It's just a dangerous thing that you can be addicted to. All that nicotine, I seen what it has done to my grandmother, because she used to be addicted to cigarettes, and she used to smoke all the time in front of me. You know what I mean? And I saw what it did to her, but somehow that addiction was passed down to me, you know, but I was only doing it just so I can be relatable to other people, just so that I can be more cooler like everybody else was, not knowing that cigarettes was an indication of coping with other problems, with other serious issues in one's life. Cigarettes is really not a social thing. When you really look at it, it's really just a way to cope, and it's a strong cope, and it's very addictive, you know? And it's just a way for people to kind of escape their problems, escape reality, And here's the thing: when you're isolated, man, you cannot escape your problems. You cannot escape the reality that is your life. You have to be able to face challenges every single day. And yes, you got to face it alone. But that's the only way you're going to grow. That's the only way you're going to level up. That's the only way you're going to become mentally stronger every time. You can't have days have times where you just run to people. You're running to your mom, you're running to your brother, you're running to a so-called friend for every problem. How are you ever going to grow if you cannot withstand challenges on your own at times? You have to prove that you are capable of standing the test of time with holding, be able to weather in the storms that life throws your way. You have to be able to go through a season of your life where you can't depend on people to hold your hand. Listen, you're a grown man. You transition into adulthood. It's time to grow up. You can't run to mom and dad for every problem. You can't go to everybody because you have an issue. See, sometimes you got to learn how to regulate yourself, learn how to, I don't want to say heal yourself, because that sounds a little bit unrealistic, but you want to be able to self-regulate you, regulate yourself, regulate your problems. Whatever you're dealing with, you want to be able to think about the problem that you're going through, figure it out, identify what the problem is, and think of solutions. Take your time, really just think about solutions. Sit in a quiet room where it's just you alone and your thoughts. And think about solutions. Think about how you can overcome a problem, Because as people, as humans, we're so quick to run to somebody else for a problem. We're so quick to react in a way where we need somebody's help immediately. No, this is not every time where you're just going to figure out a problem by yourself. There's going to be times where you're going to require someone's help. For example, if you need medical attention, right? You have an injury, you're hurt, you're in pain. Of course, you're going to require, someone's help to get you to the hospital, get you treatment, whatever, right? That's entirely something different. When it comes to everyday problems, you have to be able to be in an empty room, not completely empty, but in a quiet room where it's just you, and think about a solution to the problem. First you have to identify what the problem even is, and then come up with solutions, and take your time to come up with these solutions. You don't always have to run to everybody else to find a solution. Sometimes it just requires you to relax, take a deep breath, be by yourself for a minute and really come up with a solution. And even so, if you can't find a solution, you have the Most High to give your problems to, right? Hand over your problems to him and he'll give you the solution. You know what I'm saying? You got to have that faith. You got to have hope that he will have the solution to your problem. But don't be so quick to run to humans, because not all humans are going to give you the right advice. They're not going to give you the right solution all the time. When you're going to people for your problems, for your solution, understand that they're not going to always have your best intentions in mind, but the Most High has your best intentions, right? The Lord has your best intentions, not humans. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying everybody's like that, backhanded, gonna stab you in the back, but trusting people, a lot of people all the time, is not very necessary. It's not very smart. You have to really pick and choose who you can trust in your life. You can't be quick to trust everybody, because not everybody's worth trusting. It just is what it is, man. But it's a time for you to discover who you are, right? Find your purpose, fulfill your purpose, learn a new skill, a new hobby, to learn more about yourself. It's a perfect time for you to get in the Word, read the Bible, learn nuggets of truth, seek wisdom, knowledge and apply that knowledge to your life, to be in a better position, you know, and when the time is right, the Most High is going to, redirect you into places that are beneficial to you, to be around people that are beneficial to your life, that add instead of subtracting from your life. The whole reason why you're in isolation is because you've been around people that have subtracted from you, right? They never added to your life. All they could do is take, but they can never give. So the Lord saw that and said, you know what? You may think that these friends are really your friends, but I'm seeing something different. I'm judging their hearts, and I'm seeing that they don't have the right intentions for your life. So I have to remove them from your life. And you're going to feel that pain. You're going to feel that hurt for a while. But you'll soon realize the real reason why they're no longer in your life anymore. Why you had to be separated from them. Y'all had to go your separate ways. And it's going to happen. It's going to happen for a lot of people to a point where God will just remove people that no longer serve a purpose in your life, that don't belong there. They're just dead weight and they're a liability. You probably got people like that in your life right now that are a dead weight, that are subtracting from your life. And all they can do is take, and never give anything in return. That's a selfish person. So you have to, in due time, you're going to embrace the isolation. I know it took me a while, bro. It took me a while to embrace being isolated. It wasn't fun at first. It didn't feel good, but eventually as time progressed, I learned how to be okay with being by myself because I knew that this was for a reason. And, to discover more about myself, to overcome past trauma, to, rebuild myself up and to reconnect to the Lord. Because when you're entertaining friends and family all the time, you're not going to have any time to reconnect with the Lord. You're just not. And the Most High has a way of choosing certain people that he just wants them to be alone, to reconnect and draw closer to him. And when that does happen, you're going to be a little bit resistant at first. You're going to be a little bit resistant at first. But you're going to understand eventually that it's for a purpose. It's for your own good. You got to look at it like this. He most likely saved you from bad situations that could have led you into some deep trouble, that could have gotten you into some trouble, right? That could have cost you your life. You could have been around people that were dangerous, that may have had evil intentions for your life. You probably got emotional friends that all they want to do is get into trouble. All they want to do is stir up drama and to, cause a whole bunch of chaos, right? But you just be chilling and you just want to be, calm, cool, collected, not really start anything. But you got that one friend that just be wilding out and want to beef with everybody, just wants to beef with a whole lot of people. And it never turns out well for that person, because they're attracting a lot of attention, unwanted attention, and they most likely are going to, get their receipt, right? And it's not going to end well. But you're going to wind up being in the line of danger too, because you're associated with that person that is, that's chasing after this unwanted attention, that is causing a whole lot of trouble. Because you're around that person, you're going to be in the line of fire too. And you don't want to be associated with people like that, man, that can jeopardize your life, perhaps your freedom, you know? So those people, man, got to be cut off. And if you don't cut them off, if you don't have the self-awareness to get rid of them, then the Most High will get rid of them for you. He will eliminate them from your life, you know? So that's pretty much all I want to say about this topic. You know, you're going to find it in due time that it's all for a purpose. It's all for you to grow, to elevate, to build yourself back up, to serve the Lord, you know, to be a warrior for Christ. Because when you're entertaining a whole bunch of people and you're around this person, that person, you know, and you just cannot be alone, there is no way that you're going to be ready to serve God, to serve the Lord. You're not going to be in the right place mentally and spiritually to give your life to Christ and let him move in your life. You know, you're not going to be in a great place to seek wisdom, to seek the word, to get the truth. When you're in an isolation season, it's a time for you to build up your character, for you to learn good morals, to have good integrity, to build up your respect, and to be a stand-up person. But in 1 Corinthians 15:33, it tells you, do not be deceived. Bad company ruins good morals. You don't want to be around bad company that can corrupt your good character. You don't want to associate with people with negative forces that can cause you to be stripped of your integrity, of your best characteristic traits. So be careful who you entertain. Be careful who you talk to hang out with. Hang out with people that are of good character like you, that have good morals.